Hey lovies, welcome back to my channel. This is your girl Tashona Monique's with Playing with TM. In today's video, we are in another YouTube collab loop group video where this particular section is under faith. The theme for this video is patience. If this is something you'd like to see, you already know what to do. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back, lovies. I have to give this a special shout out to Creatively Lisa Marie. You can catch her on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Creatively Lisa Marie. I'm gonna give her props for this. I love the fact that she's definitely one that tries to do the right thing, when it comes to gathering creators together to showcase their love for creating. Until I came across Lisa Marie, I don't think I have ever seen anything like this before. Not unless, you are a PR for a brand company, and then I guess that they have certain videos where different PRs are showing this particular product from a particular company, but then you can see like different people. You know how like they mash up the videos and things like that. But I like how Creatively Lisa Marie, she does this. Getting a bunch of creators together, and you would think it would be very simple. But I'm pretty sure on the back end it's not simple, because granted, some of us older folks, you just be adults. That's what I'll say. But I would definitely give her props for this, because I know how much and how hard she works to create these different groups. And, we have the YouTube collab loop group, every fourth Sunday is the faith group. Every Wednesday, besides the first Wednesday, we have different videos, things like that. We even have an Instagram reel tag team where, we are showcasing our love for what we create. But not only that, it's the support of what we're doing for ourselves and for others, to help grow, because there's a lot of talented creators out here. I truly believe God gave each and every person a talent, each and every person grace, each and every person mercy, and things like that, for us to showcase and to live the experience that He has planned out for us. So from me to you, Creatively Lisa Marie, and no, she does not know that I'm saying this or doing this. So this is not like a sponsor, such and such, or, no, she doesn't know that I'm doing this. Thank you. I want to say thank you, because I'm the type of person, I want to give somebody their flowers while they're here, and so forth, so they can appreciate them. So here's my imaginary flower from me to you. Job well done. Job well done. Now let's get back to this patience. Patience. Jesus. I have learned throughout my life, your tongue is a powerful weapon, just like your mind. I have learned that when I ask for patience, God got tremendous jokes. I know He hears us, because when you ask for patience, oh my gosh. I don't even know how to describe it in a way where you understand what praying for patience really means. You'll get it, but you're gonna have to go through some stuff to get it. But that just was, I think that's with just anything that we pray for or pray about and things like that. But patience, man, I have learned that I'll go to God with, man, listen, I don't even think I even ask for patience anymore because of things that you have to go through to get the patience. But I mean, I guess on the other side of that is that, you're a warrior and you're an overcomer because you went through those things to get the patience. So when it comes to that, I'm just like, I'm very careful about what I ask God about or about our conversations regarding that, because I can see a lot of things that have erupted either in a good way or in a, oh my gosh, did that really just happen type way. But patience is truly about timing. At least that's how I'm thinking. That's how I'm starting to think about patience, because everything that's given quickly, I think if it's given to someone too quickly, I don't think they truly respect it, or they will protect it if it was given them to them too quickly. But I can tell you for 100% truth, timing is truly everything when it comes to the patience and things like that. It really is. I think about where I was a year ago and where I am today. Time, patience, knowledge, strength, courage. Everything that God gives you so you can get the thing that you ask for. Patience. Even the word patience, even just saying that and just meditating on that word, it has such a feeling of worth, value, and honor, and the strength of it is just so overly like strong. It's Jesus. And I guess the reason why I'm coming out this way, saying it this way, I'm sorry, the reason I'm saying it this way is that I keep, my husband keeps telling me about it because, when my son graduated on June 29th, I stepped out in my own yard and things like that. I stepped out to take his picture. And when I stepped out, my ankle twisted towards the right. I immediately knew something wasn't right. I can say that. Excuse me. Because I couldn't put the ball of my foot, I couldn't touch it, put it down on the ground. It got to a point so bad where my husband actually came out in my yard, picked me up under his arms, and helped me to our front porch. And when I got to the front porch, when I tell you I crawled into the house, I literally got on my knees and I crawled into the house, and things like that. Long story short, go to the emergency room. In there for 5 hours. They come back and tell me that, I tore my ligament in my ankle. And then I had to go to Ortho New York. They gave you like some type of ACE a ace boot. Ice boot is what they call it, something like that. A ice boot and crutches. And oh my God, if you want to see someone who is not, if you saw me trying to walk, I'm not going to even call it walking because that's not what it was. Hot mess. A hot mess is what I looked like with these crutches on. Trying to get from the wheelchair to my car and from the car back to our house. Oh my God. Terrible. Oh, hot. H-O, and you can add a double T to that. H-O-T-T. Hot mess. But then the next day we go to Ortho, New York, and he looks at the films. Of course, I have to take MRIs and things like that. And then they wind up saying that, yes, I tore my ligaments, but I also fracture a bone under my ankle side. And if you're asking us if it's painful, absolutely, y'all. Yes, come on. Yes, it hurts. But where the patients come in is that I was out of work for a month. I'm not a time abuser, so of course I got paid every week. So, and things like that. But they couldn't do surgery because of where everything was. He says it has to heal on its own. And if you know anything about a fracture or torn ligaments, it takes a lot longer to heal than if you truly broke it, or if you had to have surgery. So he didn't even want me going back to work because without that boot, my feet swells up so big. But even having a month off, I pretty much asked this man, listen, I don't want to be at home anymore. I want to be at work. I do payroll. I sit down. Can I do that? And our agreement was, as long as I keep my boot on, keep my feet elevated, use the walker, because they gave me a bigger boot and a walker because he saw me with them crutches and he was just he didn't want me back in there for the other foot. That's hot mess and so forth. So I was able to go back to work. But where the patients come in is that when he told me that it's going to take at least another 2 months for me to be with this boot on, using this walker, it didn't feel good. I don't want this boot on. I don't want to be using this walker. Thank God I can order. I haven't been to a grocery store. I haven't been to a mall. I haven't been outside to go places because it's hard to walk and things like that. And yes, they probably could have gave me the little moped looking one, but if you saw me with the crutches, that would have been a disaster as well. But when my husband keeps telling me, he's like, baby, you have to give it time. You have to have patience, and so forth. Does it feel good waiting? No, I won't lie. And maybe because in the world we live in and everything is instant. But again, that goes back to the point of, if it's just given to you so quickly, would you really respect it? So I'm learning that even with my ankle and things like that, it takes time for me to appreciate the healing that my body needs, or even maybe just the rest, my body needs. I got to be patient and just take the time and let the work happen, because it needs to happen. But what I can also tell you is like this, when you have a relationship, not a religion, but when you have a relationship with God, and it's not just that one relationship, where, okay, I'm just going to talk to you on Sundays. You know, I mean, like a pure relationship, you know, like that relationship you have in your chat groups, you know, on your phones and things like that, social media, that type of relationship, you know, but a more intense relationship where, excuse me, a more intense relationship where you know each other. And I'm glad for that relationship because although I didn't foresee this particular incident happen, I can look back at certain things and just like, for example, you know, my brother, my brother and my sister, his fiance, um, asked me to take pictures for their wedding. They asked me this like November of no, October of 2024. They asked me if I would be take their wedding photos because, like I said, I used to be a photographer. And the only reason I stopped was because, you know, it's a lot of pressure with my back. So I was just like, I said, as much as I truly love it, you know, thank you for offering, you know, asking me and things like that. I said, this particular wedding, I said, I just want to come and enjoy it. You know, I just want to enjoy seeing you guys get married, you know, and just being involved that way. And then on top of that, you know, they asked my husband and I if we wanted to go to Paris, you know, for that, because that's where they were going for their honeymoon, and they were getting a couple of adults, married adults together to go to Paris. You know, they have like this big shindig in Paris. You know, for me, going to Disneyland Paris, or, you know, the one year, oh my God, I was so excited to go and things like that. It was not a lot of money, you know, we could do this and things like that. But then my husband and I was just like, you know, babe, maybe this time is not the right time because we have our own Disney World trip coming up in November. We have our own Disney cruise coming up the week after Disney World. So we just like, you know, maybe not just time. And I thank God for putting those things into my spirit to say it no, because one, I wouldn't have been able to do it. Because when this incident happened, it was a week and a half before my brother and them got married. So I wouldn't have been able to take their photos for their wedding. And then they would have been you know, trying to hurry up around to find another photographer. And I didn't want to put them in that type of pressure, even though I didn't know then, you know, but God put something into your heart. He put things into your spirit, you know, because he can see what's coming. You might not, but he can see, you know. And another thing when it comes to patience is just like, you know, even for like the social media, when I started back in on Instagram, I would say back in 2024, that's how I want to say I met, you know, social media creatively Lisa Marie. She invited me into a no, I met creatively Lisa Marie through Lorna, because Lorna was talking to me. Her and I became friends. You know, she asked me if I needed any assistance or, you know, help with anything like on a planner related. And I like that because I don't know a lot of people that will literally DM you, you know, if you need help about this or that and such and so forth. And through Lorna is how I became involved with the YouTube collab loop group, because she gave my name to Creatively Lisa Marie, who actually invited me into these different chats and things like that. So I appreciated that, because when I started back, granted, you know, I was always a creator, but when I started back in like what, January, February of 2024, I didn't think I would be in this particular chat group, you know, especially with the first theme I ever did with them. I was just like, you know what, God, this is meant to be. It was Disney. And I was just like, oh my God, yes, 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 yes. The first loop group I ever did with them was the Disney loop. And when I tell you I love, oh my God, it was meant to be. It was so meant to be, because You know, you're doing something, Disney that I love, also showcasing my creativity with the planners. It was everything. But then even with the how the patients became, you know, stronger and stronger and more, you know, it was more like, okay, how do I get my followers from maybe 67 to 300, 500, and so forth, so forth. You know, I don't have any affiliates. I didn't have this. I didn't have that. You know, and I wrote everything down in my journal. You know, I conversated with God about it. You know, and the one thing that I said I would never do, I will never not be me. So if I had to showcase something and it wasn't me, not happening. Nope, I will not put my belief in jeopardy for any and everything. So the first thing in my bio is a faith-led creator. That's exactly who I am. Don't know if and buts or what. I love me some God. I am so proud of my relationship. You know, patience. Your girl came a long way. And so to be in this position right now, almost a year later, because I want to say the first one I want to say it was done in like maybe September, October, something like that. September, October was the first video. So to be from there, from 2024 to here now, and to be like, oh my God, I'm on a CBQ design team. I have a few affiliates. I made some great friends. You know, everything takes time. It's the foundation of building something that's going to last. Patience. We might not like it. We might not pray about it, but it's something we need. It's something you definitely have to have. And more so, it's something that you want. You know, because patience, aka time, it takes time. From dealing with people, rude people, hatred people, just plain old mean people, you know, to loss of anything, homes, jobs, loved ones, yourself. It takes time and patience to get those things into a certain way of dealing with it. I know for me, when my mom passed away, you know, it took time, a whole hell of a lot of time. But the one thing that I learned during the patience of it was that what changes is not the result. My mom will never come back in person in this life, even though I might say, oh my God, one of my daughters act just like my mom. My physical mom herself will not be here. What the patience and time has done was help me heal and deal with the absence of not having my mom here. That's what patience does. It helps you deal with a particular situation. So no matter what you are going through right now, just know that one, I'm proud that you're here. Two, I'm proud that you're here. Three, I am so proud that you're still here. Here watching this video, here in person, you know, through the YouTube, you know, here to be in this world for one more day, you know, and just know, they always say, joy comes in the morning, right? It's whatever that morning where that patience aligns. So you hang in there. You know, give yourself a tight hug. Give yourself a high five. Look at yourself and say, you know what? You got this. You know what? I love you. You know what? We gonna be okay. Give yourself some time. Give yourself time to do whatever it is that you're supposed to do. Okay? One love, lovies. I hope this video resonates with you. Please go into the description box. There should be a link in the description box where if you click on it, it's going to take you to the next creator's video. Show that individual some love. Please like my videos. Please share my video. Please comment on my video if this this message resonated with you or not. And don't forget, you know, we have the Reset Within, where we are doing one-on-one speaking. We're doing coaching. You know, over there, drop me a message and I can tell you all the information about it. I love you guys. Bye.